DreamHack Masters Las Vegas is brought to you by Asus, Republic of Gamers, HyperX, Monster Energy, live at MGM Grand.
The City of Lights. And now we're waiting to see who will join none other than North in the semi-finals. We've already seen Mousesports topping their group, and now they stand versus their toughest opponent yet. Virtus.Pro, the Polish powerhouse who got to the grand finals of the E-League major not too long ago, and now they want to, well, they're out for blood, truly are. They want to go ahead and get some revenge on the Danes on the other side of the bracket. To get there, Mouse stand in their way. I'm your host, Alex Machine Richardson. Duncan is joining me alongside Chad and Yanko. Let's think about this one for a moment. Mousesports topping their group. Does the story end here? I think that's how we have to preface this, right? I mean, we have already given them high praise, I think. Considering they have been a meme in the past on this very panel, we're giving them some praise. Does it stop here, Yanko?
Probably. But they're a team that has literally nothing to lose at this point. I mean, not just that they are facing a much stronger opponent, a favorite, they also are losing their star player after the tournament, Nico obviously moving to FaZe. So the thing is, for Mouse, we saw it at Pro League Season 4 finals. They made the semifinals there by winning best of ones and making first place in the group stage, right? It isn't the first time this happens for Mousesports, but what is different is the style of play that they've shown at the tournament. It's pretty loose, puggy, letting like Nico, Oscar, you know, do whatever they want pretty much, and they've been playing really good in their 2 games at the tournament. So, you know, you never know if they can continue with that level of performance. It's not going to be a blowout.
Not a blowout for sure, but we can remind everyone of the opponents also competing in this playoffs. Bring up the bracket to remind you of the day we're about to have. Just one result locked in. North have managed to secure the semi-final spot and will continue to meet the winner of SK Navi. But now we venture down to the other side, and we'll be seeing Mousesports and Virtus.Pro do battle to see who they'll be facing in that semi-final. I mean, Astrala's NIP as well, waiting in the wings. But it's not going to be easy. If you do best Virtus.Pro, you could have defending world champions waiting in the wings as well. Duncan, we'll follow on with that trail of thought from Yanko. It wouldn't be a blowout. Would you can elaborate on that?
I don't know about that, actually. Like, I'm kind of feeling confident this will be just a straight 2-0 from Virtus.Pro, because the problem is you're asking Oscar and Nico. You probably need both of them in this series, because remember, this isn't the Virtus.Pro of like early 2016 where people are slumping and stuff. Like, they've got Pasha and Snacks on the other side, and those guys are really playing consistently well. So for me, I agree. Like, if Nico and Oscar turn up, they could win a map. They could maybe win any of the maps. But are they going to be able to do it 2 maps in a row or 2 maps out of 3? That's probably a tall order, you know. Like, I know Nico can be very consistent, but even then, he's kind of got his own demons to face here, because I remember when he took Mousesports, just carried them straight to the semis of E-League Season 1. Then he faced Virtus.Pro, and he had a nightmare of a series. You know, it really went badly for him, so that might be in the back of his head. Like, I agree. The idea that, you know, it's the last ride could free you up a bit, but then it also could mean that, does the team have the same focus? Like, have you been practicing that much? Was that just a really great set of best of ones? When you come against Virtus.Pro, the reason why we call them the final bosses, you know, it's very rare that a team beats them in the playoffs and then doesn't like either win the tournament or get to that caliber. The only one I can think of is FaZe at E-League Season 2. That was kind of like a slight fluke maybe. Aside from that, if you beat Virtus.Pro, you are probably like a world championship level team. So I don't buy Mouse as that team at the moment, I'm afraid.
If you beat Virtus.Pro, you're a world-class team. Well, we're going to have a quick reminder of how these teams do look. We took a moment to talk to them about their game coming in to this quarter-final. So let's take a look at Mouse and none other than VP.
I think that we have a lot of things that other teams doesn't have. We have a belief in our own skill. We know every player for a very long time.
We are friends, not like 99% of the teams. They play for the money. For us, it's not money only important. for us is friendship. This is the most important thing.
We are a family, so I don't think so other teams have the same.
We know our downs, we know our ups, we know that we can destroy everyone. Even when we have bad form, we are the team that everyone's like, okay, but they are Virtus.Pro.
He's trying to beat them out, trying to get them into one-on-ones as he dances back and forth between the blocks. What a shot on Tempo! Oh! And it's on to Flamey. He's tapped it. Flamey's got a big! What in God's name is that from...
The best poker face is for sure Oscar. I don't know if he's a good poker player, but if he is, he will win it.
Most of the time he has the same facial expression, so I don't know, probably him.
Poker face, probably me.
Dinked up through the box, but the box takes a lot of damage off that bullet, though he actually stays with 70, but he's still wreaking havoc. He's got 3 kills, 4 inside of the site. That's the Oscar we always wanted to see on Mousesports.
It's kind of a gamble, how we play, and it's not that.
I think it's gonna be really hard to win, but we will try our best.
We just learn from our losses and take them to another level, another tournament.
Third place, second place, so now it's time for first place.
We met Conor McGregor at the airport, and I think that this is a sign that we will destroy this event.
It will be very nice bring the title from DreamHack.
Will they destroy all the other teams at this event, or will it be a bit of a royal flush down the toilet? We'll find out. Of course, first we have to talk through Virtus.Pro. I'm really sorry about that one. Not my proudest moment. Either way, we have already prefaced that Virtus.Pro come into this as favourites. And the topic of discussion I think we have to start here, Chad, is that while we do look over the roster, we always find ourselves reminding everyone that VP play to the level of their opponent. Does that apply to events like this?
I don't think so. I think they're the final boss, like Duncan said. They stand up at these big events. For me, looking at this matchup, it seems similar to the Fnatic one, right? With Fnatic, we were saying that the only way they can win is with individual performances. That's the same thing that Duncan and Janko both said about Mouse, whether they're going to need Oscar and Nico. So Virtus.Pro are really good at neutralizing individual plays, I guess. You know, they're able to use their what am I looking for here? I've completely lost it. That's
Experience.
the one.
Synergy.
There's so many I could have picked, but definitely their team play and synergy to negate those individual plays.
And I mean, individual players, they're no lacking either. What seems to be the biggest praise that we find hailing towards VP, Janko, is that outside of the individual names such as your Snacks and your Pasha, which we've been talking about already, they have synergy unlike any other team. I mean, you've been playing together, some of them for over 10 years, Neo and Taz. I mean, this is something that can't be replicated. I was about to say in any other esport, but I don't have the knowledge to back that up.
No, there's no other esport where people have played that long.
No? Okay, there you go.
Esports historian.
Thank you. Fitting in as well.
I think it just makes things so much easier, right? When you know by feeling what your teammate is going to do, you know, if they're an aggressive player, and that way it makes it much easier that you don't need to communicate. You can be only focused on your crosshair, right? Because by the time you look at the radar or like to think of what you want to say, like flash for me, or you already know all those things. And you know, at this level of play, the smallest differences might decide who wins and who loses.
The smallest margins do determine those wins in the end. And I mean, Mousesports, it could not be any more different of a story. In stark contrast to what Janko just said, you have a team on the verge of, well, not disbanding, but at least losing an integral cog in the Mousesports machine. Nico departing after this event. However, they have found unprecedented success with a brand new addition of Oscar as well. I say brand new. He has returned to the roster, Duncan.
There's a lot of that this event.
It's higgledy-biggledy. It's a bit everywhere. However, they do seem to be having more fun than I've ever seen Mousesports have at a CS event.
Yeah, so I mean, I do like that as a narrative. Like, I do think somehow, for example, in terms of Nico, like, he doesn't seem to get as mad if a misplay happens, you know, whereas before, I mean, this was the guy's life. Like, if you're really putting in the practice and you're one of the best players, you're going to be pretty frustrated if people aren't able to deliver and live up to that level, and you're wasting kind of amazing efforts in losses, which was kind of the story when he was with this team. But yeah, I think the key for me is, like, yeah, Nico's back to great form, but it's this addition of Oscar. Like, this is why I was so hyped up when I heard he was going to join the team originally. originally because I thought to myself, right, all he needs is sidekick at this point in time, and especially because I knew Oscar was this really good AWPer, and he seemed like a very confident player, so I thought you put that pair together, and now the others only really have to worry about playing around them, setting them up. At that point in time, it should have been a dangerous team. Now it wouldn't be a world champion, you know, but they should have been able to go to become maybe like a FaZe or someone who could upset, make the occasional deep run, and so they never managed it before. That's why the whole thing with Oscar, he went back out the lineup. Chris J came back. The team kind of degraded a little bit, but in this one last run, somehow, you know, inexplicably, it has come together, and so we hope we see that now, because to me, there's two outcomes in this series. Either Virtus.Pro just blows them away and really we're just too good and those guys can't turn up, or they can turn up and they can give us a show.
And I certainly think one of the men on your screen right now, Janko, could put on that show. He did take Counter-Strike by storm not too long ago. Mr. FPL was how he was
absolutely, he's a playmaker type of a player, right? He is going to take those risks. He's going to go for those high-risk, high-reward plays. And when that works, it looks amazing, and he wins the round pretty much by himself for the team. But when it doesn't work, you know, you leave your team in a really bad spot in the round. And you could even remember, I think it was Tico from Hellraisers who gave the interview that with Dead Fox, you know, that they are more confident because they know he's not going to overstep his boundaries. And then you as a team can build around that. With Oscar, it was always a bit unpredictable, right? What he's going to do.
Yeah, and I mean, the map vetoes, how predictable are they, Duncan?
I mean, that was an obvious one because, like, after Dust 2 went out of the pool, Cash is, like, the only other Mouse map historically. I also think Mouse banning Nuke, like, they did it all the time anyway, and Virtus.Pro, much like Dignitas now North, not a team you want to let it through. So this is a classic pick for VP. They love to go to this map, and a key reason why they've picked it here is because, first of all, Mouse actually somehow managed to win on Cobblestone against Na'Vi, so maybe you don't go with Cobble pick there. And more importantly, Mouse have always been absolutely terrible on Train. And so here's the interesting part. What's left for Mouse after Dust 2 gets taken out by Valve banned that map, and then VP banned Cash. So what's your third map? It's always been Mirage. So you've got to pick it at this point in time. It doesn't matter that the history is great for VP. It is, in theory, in the middle of the map, so you got a chance on it. Now, if VP themselves taking out Inferno is interesting, because I actually think you could have forced Mouse to ban it here. I don't think they wanted it as the third map themselves. So yeah, we're going to get to that Cobblestone as the third map. Now, if we get there, you have to kind of favor Virtus.Pro. I mean, yeah, they lost once to Gambit, who seemed like, at the moment, maybe like a one-trick pony on that, like very, very good on that one map. But if you're Virtus.Pro, you're also looking at this series like, hey, these are three maps we like. Like, we're certainly liking this one.
I think the issue is there's not a single map where Mousesports can be confident that they're, you know, favored over VP. They're always going to be a weaker team on the map. Sure. But then again, the thing is with how these five players are playing at this tournament, it doesn't really matter which map you play, in a sense that they're reliant on individual performance, not like outplaying their opponent by out-strategizing.
I mean, it didn't look on Cobble like they won by being a great Cobble team now, right?
Yeah, right. It was more individual performance, right? So in that sense, in your veto, you want to get a map where it's easier for individual players to thrive. That's why they go for Mirage, and that's why VP picks Train, because there's very little room for individual plays on that map on the T side.
It does look scary, right, Chad? Mirage, we've seen VP find great success. Train and Cobblestone. I mean, Mousesports trying to find a win within those three. Does that look like a possibility for you? Throw that prediction in there as well.
Mirage would be the only one I could see them winning, and that's because Oscar and Nico can make space for themselves to potentially get those 3-4Ks and open rounds up. I don't see them doing it on Train, and I definitely don't see them doing it on was it
Cobblestone?
Cobble. So I mean, so Cobble is. If we get to the third map, you're saying their fate is sealed.
I think so. I think it should be. I'm going to go with a 2-0 VP, but regardless, they're going to win the series, even if it's a 2-1.
Okay. Well, VP, an undoubted prediction going towards Virtus.Pro. You're going to give Mousesports the benefit of the doubt for a map, Janko?
I'll give them Mirage.
You will?
I feel like they're going to have the same game that they've had in the group stage on Mirage, just players going off, but I think they won't have the chance to do that on either Train or Cobble.
It does look like the odds are stacked against them.
I've always liked to watch the storyline where it's like the great player against the team, you know, and like which one can you overcome the team, or can you neutralize the great player? But sadly, that is just a great movie story, you know. In real life, the team usually wins. So I'm going to say, to quote an old classic line from Cluj-Napoca, DreamHack, VP going to get in that ass. 2-0.
There we go. 3 for Virtus.Pro, and I can jump on that bandwagon as well. Yeah. Mousesports, though, I think, you know, you said it earlier, Mousesports could put on a show. And I think everybody, both here at the desk, over in the MGM Grand Garden Arena, and in the caster seats, would like to see that happen. Let's check in with our casters.
Mousesports fan is actually in the audience.
Okay. Henry, Sado, You think Mousesports can at least give you some sexy CS?
Yeah, I think so.
Getting in the ass is sexy CS to you, Alex? Let's put that out there.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I think Chad stole my shirt, by the way. I was looking for that this morning. Thanks, Chad, for sneaking into my room to do that. But listen, I agree. Virtus.Pro, I think it'd be very hard for Mousesports to have this run continue. I'd like to also believe the storyline that Duncan said, but that just doesn't happen. Even if Oscar shows up with Nico, I just can't see that being enough.
I think Mirage could happen, though. Like, they put on the same sort of show if Oscar and Nico can step up there. But the thing is, getting towards Cobblestone, I don't even see how to kind of finish the line there with that third map. So, yeah, it's going to be 2-0, potentially 2-1 if they can step up Mirage, but should be a good game nonetheless.
Absolutely. Well, we may as well let you enjoy this game. We're going to sit back, relax, and enjoy. I look forward to hearing your voices fill the MGM Grand Garden Arena.
Thank you very much. Something has to fill the arena, Alex, so that's what we'll do. We'll get it excited and get it ready. I think Virtus.Pro in this tournament, much like they did at E-League for the Major, have a great lineup in this bracket. They actually have a good run that they could potentially get straight through to the final. They've got the form. If they show up here, it should be pretty straightforward. We do say, and I said this to you while we were in between matches, we do say this, and Taz mentioned it as well, yeah, they can be on a slump, but it's still Virtus.Pro. If by chance they are off slightly today and Oscar does show up with Nico, I give them somewhat of a chance. You say Mirage, I don't think for the series, but maybe for a map.
Yeah, for one map. That'd be nice. If we get 3 maps out of this, that'd be amazing. But Virtus.Pro in a playoff, Mousesports doesn't seem like it on paper. But this is the last time we'll ever see this lineup, of course. Nico seems a lot more relaxed. Like Duncan pointed out, he's not really stressed out at all. He's playing to his absolute best right now.
And I'm hoping that means when he goes to FaZe, because he's not going to be in game leading, because there's not as much pressure just on him, I'm hoping that's what means this is the Nico we get when we get there.
I'm sure we will. With Carrigan at the helm of that lineup, I think that will get the very best out of Nico. He's been forced to in-game lead, and this team, he has got backup this time from LMBT, the coach. Obviously, at this event, you can actually call as a coach throughout. You don't just need the pause time, so that's actually quite cool to see that's kind of revitalized Mousesports. It's the best we've probably ever seen them in a big tournament like this.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. It's all about pressure, and it's been wondering when Nico's going to be reinvigorated. It is, again, I said it yesterday, the case of what could have been with this lineup, but trying to start things off, I think that if we're going to talk about chances for Mousesports is extremely hard, because we know Virtus.Pro are very good on this map so long as they can get rolling. Taz so good in the B site. Pasha always a pest at Ivy, whether it's T side or CT, and Snacks is always a menace, but on this map in particular, if you give him room, he'll push through A-Main, he'll push through Pop Dog, he'll be on the flanks, he'll even use the shotgun for the fun of it. Why not?
Yeah, even when he has money available, he'll pick up the shotgun.
In fact, I was impressed that Astralis losing 3-4 spies in the major final. This is the map they played Virtus.Pro on for map 3. Were able to pull that back and beat them. That's how impressive that run in that game, especially in the second half for Astralis, was, because VP is so impenetrable at times on this map.
Well, to kick things off, D-Train. It's certainly not known as a home map for Mousesports. You feel like Virtus.Pro should run away with this one, but maybe if Mousesports get that CT start, win a pistol, kind of get fired up a little bit there, a few clutches here and there, maybe they can actually make some damage here. But I just really do see this being like maybe like a 16-8, 16-9 sort of scoreline. Virtus.Pro is one of their absolute very best maps. And just getting ready now. It looks like we are
Taz just joined. Yeah, he was just joining the server.
Taz, big name on this map as well. There was a time when he was removed that inside bomb site, but now he's back in there.
It was around the same time that for a while former Astralis with Kerrigan and Cajun B, before they even went with Kierby, were able to coordinate correctly at Sandwich and shut them down at Outer. And as a result, everyone was saying that VP was the best team on Train, but their one Kryptonite was then the Astralis lineup that could throw a spanner in the works and beat them from time to time. And I think both teams started to second-guess themselves for other reasons. Astralis was getting beat by other teams. Kerrigan thought they were looking stale, so he started swapping positions around in that outer bomb site. And at the same time, Virtus.Pro thought that they were also getting predictable when they were playing Astralis and swapped Taz. So it was kind of a direct contrast to each other for the reasons that that move existed.
Well, they are just doing the knife run now. It's actually a pretty important one, I would say. Like I said, if Mousesports do manage to get that CT start, might have a serious chance of doing it. Looks like they actually will win the knife run here. So they will be starting the CT side. Just going to be Snacks up against some 4 players here. So that's something to work with here. But the problem is, if they do lose a pistol and Virtus.Pro get them into a difficult financial situation, maybe this game could just be completely over after the first 5 or 6 rounds. We'll see what happens as we are just waiting for this knife run to conclude. Snacks might actually steal it away, Matt. It could actually happen. He's got 3 kills.
This was like the exist round all over. He did. Wow. That could have been the exist round all over. It was last Masters that happened.
He just got a 4-on-1 knife. That's kind of funny. Well, there you go. You can see him laughing about it.
I don't even think he got swiped until like the last guy either.
So reverse that, it will be Virtus.Pro side on the CT sides.
They want it, they'll get it. So we'll see that effect we talked about with Pasha playing off toward Ivy right away. And Taz on the B site, we have to refer to, if you're looking at the entry points from the terrace, if you're looking toward Brown Halls, the left side of the bomb train, that big open area where there's a lack of a train on the tracks. I call that Taz, that whole area, because he's just so efficient in there when he plays it. I want one of those flags, Henry. Which one would you choose?
NIP.
Fanboy alert.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, the second quarterfinal of the day. Virtus.Pro versus Mousesports. We'll kick things off on D train. Yes, we're making some noise now. Virtus.Pro bringing 4 sets of armor and a diffuse kit as well. Similar story for Mousesports. They have 1 Molotov, normally used in the post-war situation towards the inside bomb site. I would suggest that's exactly where they're going to go. Maybe it's a straight-up rush here. They have no flashbangs. Straight on the lower ramp, hope for the best. See if we can get the bomb down and allow that Molotov to do something.
Something. What will it do? Well, that's... Oh, okay. I thought it actually detonated and killed him, but Nico gets the headshot, but it does cover off Z connector. Taz will be limited on his rotation, and he's actually going to get caught off by Nico after looking down the first lane. Very good pistol round from Mousesports. Lowell, as always, is impressive on the pistols with accuracy. He's got 2. Nico has the same, but is downed in the end by Neo, 1 versus 3. Has information that 1 is pushed up, at least to Z connector. Chance for the headshot at upper, as Oscar makes his presence known. No kit for Neo, and a single decoy to work with. See what he can find with that. If he can bait one away and get a headshot, that's fine, but bomb is already ticking too fast. This round is going to be over, and Speedy confirms it.
Well then, the inside rush actually working out quite nicely for him. As he said, the Molotov I thought would be used with the post-plant situation, but they're actually deploying it at the very start, throwing in towards connector, stopping the rotations, and Lau gets very aggressive at this point, nailing the shots there with the Glock. Lovely stuff by him, and 1-0 in favor of Mousesports here. The force buy, of course, coming from VP, not out of the woods just yet, as Mousesports needs to get these CZs, the Scout, and the Snacks. Deagle, look out for that one. Neo will be the player on the Scout, and Nico opening things up, does a lot of damage, and goes down to 1 HP, but manages to find the first frag.
Taz trying to utilize the railing on the backside of the Brown Halls to try and see over top of the smokes. It's Snacks that wants to strike inside of Sandwich. They're wrapping in, but he looks the wrong way. Expects them to come in from A main, they don't. They swing back in from the E-box position, and Lowell will plant the bomb. Maybe not. He gets the extra injection for himself after planting it after they won.
Well, there it is. Nico using that decent spawn. It goes down to 1 HP, but finds the opening frag, and only 1 player drops for Mouse. So should be quite an easy round. I think a pause is coming in. This will be technical at this stage. And Virtus.Pro, maybe a headset issue or something like that. It's normally something quite trivial. But yeah, it should be a full eco. Virtus.Pro can't really justify much more than this with Deagles, P250s. And a chance for Mousesports to go up 3-0 in this initial map of the best of 3.
Well, slight delay. Get it sorted. Might be Taz again. I'm not 100% sure what the whole lip is. We got admins behind both sides, but either way, pistols will remain for Virtus.Pro. We talk about teams, and you touched on this yesterday, about teams forcing in the second round and whether or not it's actually worth it anymore, given the economy limitations it has.
If you're going to do it, excuse me, the AWPA has to stay on an eco. They haven't done that this time. Didn't really find any frags at all, so they're going to be extremely limited on that first gun round and needing to almost certainly not going to win this one, and just with Deagles and USPs. He's going to that first gun here. No kits potentially, no incendiaries, and it means it could have a real possibility going 5-0 here. Mousesports with 3 AKs right now. I think there's a Scout still in the mix as well. And the unpause comes in, so we'll get back into the action here. Should be one of those redundant rounds. There's not really much Virtus.Pro can do to stop the push at this point. As we get into it now, no grenades purchased. They'll be just stacking towards outside, try and get something going with the Desert Eagle they've got.
Max down from Hitch, tries to spot into A main. Oh, he's getting ever closer, isn't he? Tagged up Nico considerably as he gets pushed away, having lost 74 of his HP. And he'll transfer over to the inside of the bomb to try and spot Pop Dog. Lowell's already down as well, so they've committed to climbing down the ladder. What that means, I'm not saying that's the case right now, nice shot, Oscar, is that if Taz were to push up, if they were to take a chance to push, and they're already down on that ladder, they actually have to get back the position in the upper halls. But no one's taking advantage of it from Virtus.Pro. They're sitting patiently. It's Taz and Pasha and Bialy rotating over to B with Neo left alone outside.
5 and 4. CT's now just lying in wait. They know there's not really much he can do. It'll be too okay, Nico. He just blows that off speed as he comes to the ladder. Doesn't really cost them too much here. So go towards inside, and it will be Taz waiting for them with the P250, but he's the only player on that side of the map. So a couple of flashbangs in, smoke towards connector, and it should be quite a simple procedure. And there it is, Dennis with a nice shot to open things up.
Taz, that is the spot we mentioned, but obviously on pistol can't really amount to much. It's going to be bombed down in the hands of Nico. Neo has a deagle and won't be able to buy anything in the next round on the CT side, so potentially he could try and hold on to this, or better still, if he can get a gun down, as he looks to try and do from CT, he may be able to pick one up. He's got the first shot on low. Now, the bomb's going to detonate and blow that gun forward. I'm not sure where it landed, because it does get caught at Z connector. There's a bit of a texture, I think, on the lip that would hold it in place, but if he gets there post-bomb detonation, there's a gun available, and he's getting closer to another deagle shot, more importantly, to force up reinvestment. He's got the first kill on Lowell. Pasha's still alive in this as well. He's sitting CT just to make sure no one's going to wrap around Neo. Bomb's going to detonate. He wants the gun. Wait for it. Or not, Neo. Because that's going to blast right by where he just was. But he'll give up. He wants to hunt them out and force reinvestment instead.
Save a deagle, but it's going to be the gun round going forward into round number 4. As we said, no AWP, that's not going to be possible here. It's been Pasha who's been putting on a tremendous performance recently in terms of the form he's shown with that weapon, but 5 M4s and no kits purchased as of yet. So actually lacking a lot of utility as well. They do have 4 smokes, but that's about it. Only 1 incendiary, almost no flashbangs whatsoever. And this is a chance now with the scout on UMP to Mousesports to do something nice and fast. They've got 3 unarmored heads on the CT side as well, so that UMP becomes a lot more effective.
Nico walking in, smoke down to cover off the gap between E-Box, but Molotov going by him. He now has to commit inside of the site. He's alone temporarily. They've got players above Pop Dog, but he's going to lurk in, and against these rifles could make this, whoa, staring each other down, work! Hello, Snacks! Smoke gone, you were bumping into each other, not the trains, and Nico spots bullets coming toward him from the Ivy position, but can slow it down. He's got control of Sandwich, a very crucial part to the outside bomb site. However, with no one else showing with Nico, Pasha's confident at staying over toward B with Taz. Nice shot, Nico, that time on Bialy, and now Pasha has to consider going back the other directions, because with just Neo on A, if Nico finds that kill, they'll 100% turn around and go back that direction. Smoke dissolves. How does Nico find that as well? Neo doesn't spot him coming through. 3 kills, all by his lonesome, just probing out of sight.
So sick. 3 kills on Nico, 2 of them on 2 HP as well. So 5 on 2 now. Pasha taking some damage. Towards the inside side, it's going to be Taz, but a clean sweep for Mousesports there. It's going to have to be another eco for Virtus.Pro. Nico causing absolute chaos outside there, using the smoke, bumping into Pasha at the start, then just using great movement, drops a Molotov on the left-hand side, finds another player, and is looking incredibly strong. He's been fantastic in this tournament, and it's the last time we'll see him playing for Mousesports. He wants to get out of a bang, and doing a very good job of doing that so far. So here comes the eco. P250 CZs, couple of HE grenades. So 5-0, very likely indeed on the T side of train here. This is looking fantastic for Mouse. Oscar still on the scout, up against eco, not a problem, and he'll be looking towards main entrance to see if he can open things up. Smoke's deployed towards Pop Dog, and a boost coming in as well, just to look over that smoke through the window.
Doesn't quite get the vision of Snacks, who is on top of the train outside of A main, but Bialy is forward of his position even and starting to push in toward that choke point. Dennis does spot Snacks eventually. Smoke's gone. Still won't have information that Bialy's in toward A main. He's actually going to try and push back, get close with the P250. Good shot. Dennis line up there, but Dennis is able to collect the 3rd frag as well.
Yeah, good job by him. 3 kills coming in his favor. Just Pasha and Taz remaining now. So the 5-0 will be confirmed. The last 2 players are towards the inner bomb site, so the plant will come in momentarily from Mouse. They just want to keep everyone alive. That's going to be the main objective here, get the money into a swelled position. Actually looking fantastic right now. Currently, Nico 9 grand, Dennis 10,000. Similar story of the other team as well, and that's before the win reward even comes in after this round. They're going to have so much money going forward.
Yeah, that's not a bad situation to be in at all. Taz and Pasha sitting back. No exits this time. Wait it out. So Mousesports taking a very early lead against Virtus.Pro on a CT side. Now that's that winning pistol, winning first gun. It goes 5-0, still a chance to build back in, but a 5-0 lead against Virtus.Pro is still significant because it's a round total that oftentimes teams don't even achieve against them with or without the pistol. In all cases.
There it is. Mousesports finish things off. Pasha and Taz can't find any exits at all. It's actually very well played from Mousesports and lots of money to work with going forward. And we still have the scout in the hand of Oscar. Does he want to upgrade at this point? We're almost certainly going to see the orbs coming in towards Virtus.Pro. Indeed, we do a double orb setup. So is it worth it to throw that scout away? Yes. It'd be great to save and keep the money up. He's got 13,000 right now. He will keep the scout. Okay, then. Let's see if this works out for him. And it looks like a fast execution here as Nico throws a smoke straight towards outside. His teammate does as well. Could just be rushing Pop Dog or maybe a little bit of a fake as Oscar, he's committed outside with that scout.
Committed indeed, and he's got a slight line down the lane, but it snacks. AWP finds 2. Good work for Virtus.Pro to start it off, and he might get a third. Head shows, but he holds the trigger at least for now. He's going to rotate back around. The double op certainly working. All 3 kills as Pasha finds one as well at Ivy. It's Nico limited to Sandwich. And Speedy in behind the E-Box dropping the bomb. It's Nico 1 versus 5. Finds the first. Spray transfer toward the old train position, but Pasha sneaks up and takes him down. Finally, Virtus.Pro get around, and they do it by keeping 4 alive. Important on the reset.
I thought Nico was going to inflict some more serious damage at that point, but like you said, the double orb setup doing a very good job there. Things starting to stabilize now for Virtus.Pro, and they keep a decent amount of players alive as well. So the orb comes in hand for Oscar now. This, I guess, is the first real gun round. We got rid of that scout, and we'll see whether he can actually open up the map and try and challenge Pasha and Snacks. Quite a deadly duo. Pasha going towards inside, or his AWP means he can actually get set up towards the upper ramp himself and potentially hold that entire area once he gets established.
Taz starts pushing in toward the smoke at lower with Pasha to hold exactly as you say. It's going to be Speedy that goes top of the Pop Dog position. And with a flash down, even though it was bounced and communicated, it's enough to push B Alley back inside of the bomb site at E-Box with Snacks. So no AWP for Pasha this time because he wants to get to the corner of B at Ivy. Means Neo's got to hold that solo M4. A4 at that as well, which Smokes we know is somewhat substantial in Ivy, but we also know there's usually multiple opponents. This is getting tense. Taz is just waiting.
Well, he's got Snacks watching the upper position as well. He's just watching the lower, so if Lau decides to walk around the corner, it could be interesting.
But Pasha's backed off. Speedy's not yet peaked. And is Speedy going to throw utility? Is he going to flash him out? He's thrown his first nade through the window out toward the outer side, and Lowell's backed away as well. I get the feeling they're going to look outer, and Taz is going to start to hear that, and he's going to be hot on their heels if they don't even check that stairwell. Down they go. Bialy waiting outside of Pop Dog. Taz is yet to move. He's not 100% confirmed that they are going to be on the outer side. He's still anchoring B, but now he's starting to move up ever closer. Dennis and Speedy find kills. Nico goes back for the bomb, but Pasha's rotated around. He left Taz there for that reason. He gets toward Ivy. He's down by Nico, but Q Taz. He's inside of the Pop Dog position. Lowell's waiting for it. He's anticipating perhaps that Taz has gone that direction, but he smartly gets back away from this. And Nico's running up the hallway as a result. Oh, Taz went back down. He wasn't ready for it. He's going to slip up silently behind Nico. But it will give him a bomb plant. Default, Snacks nearly caught by Lowell. Would have brought it to a 1 versus 2 with Taz having to do all the work. And Nico goes safe plant AWP inside of the site. No Snacks is going to be rotating in towards Z Connector. It's all about timing for Taz because Nico's got a hunch he's also coming around for the flank. This is smart. Snacks is going to have no idea, but Taz saves him. Position for him, and he finds it. Gets on the defuse right away. Lowell's nowhere in position. That's the round. Virtus.Pro done.
Oh, wow. All down to Taz as well there. Didn't want to strike, didn't overcommit towards that Pop Dog area. He finds 1 kill and knows that Nico could slip in behind and plant that bomb. He doesn't overcommit, doesn't actually give anything away. Finds him and goes to the full defuse. They knew Lau was too far removed from that situation, and it will be 2 rounds in a row now for Virtus.Pro and Mousesports. Definitely put up a very convincing case to try and make something happen there. Money's still strong, as we said, and they're going to have the single orb set up once again in 4 AKs, but Virtus.Pro now coming to life for 2 rounds in a row.
That's very smart from Taz. I'm impressed by that because everyone else would have thought, I can flank and jump out, take the fight with Lowell, who is ready for him, and then give himself to Nico. This shot Pasha does get toward the corner. It's a smoke as well. Taz can't spot inside of it. So 4 players in the brown hall. Again, they run Nico alone outside. They did this last time, and Nico, he was able to single-handedly open up the A site and basically win the round himself, which is that individual versus team storyline. But this time around, he's not able to find picks, and they're still waiting for the presence over at B.
Well, they have got 4 players in the upper halls right now. 1 player actually made it outside. It's going to be Nico. He's going to try and find 1 kill here. This is classic Mousesports. If he can get a kill, which he almost gets, he should be punished at this point. But what a shot on towards Snacks. Gets 2! And now his teammate's ready to strike towards inside. There's only 1 player waiting for them.
Well, Pasha's here, but not quite inside of the smokes. And it's missed time from Taz. Dennis gets in. So Nico does it again, but they don't over-rotate this time. Nate will do damage, but it doesn't even reach that far. Doesn't get far enough at all from Pasha. Big biceps, but can't throw a nade far enough as he backs away with the AWP. Wow. And they may have to save on this. This might be 6 rounds now for Mousesports. Money limited as well from Virtus.Pro because the last round was so close. This will force their hand.
When I say the term classic Mousesports, so when Nico first joined the lineup...
Yeah, what does that even mean?
Well, I mean, like, it's the fact that he was always the one going into position by himself, trying to open up the situation. He finds 2 kills, his teammates are already on the other side of the map, and there's not really much he can do about it, because he finds 2 kills, and yes, you can see that Virtus.Pro don't take the bait, but they've lost so much at that point. Pasha only finds 1 kill in return. 3 players surviving, the bomb planted. And there it is, Mousesports managing to pull one back after losing 2 in a row. And will be Virtus.Pro saving both AWPs, to be fair. And they will be able to force around this. You wouldn't ever not force when you save 2 AWPs. So we'll see what they can actually bring to the table here. 1 M4 so far. Money is very weak. And here's the replay from Nico. I thought he missed out on the opportunity to take that player out of Ivy, but the Snacks come around the corner, gets his head blown off. And Nico, just before he dies, picks up that second kill and pretty much secures the round. So here it is, 2 AWPs, a max 7 for Taz, and Neo only on a P250 here. Huge chance for Mousesports to force a double eco.
Taz with the shotgun, though, is going to spot them down. Headshot on Lowell, backing away. Doesn't even get tagged on it. And already Mousesports says, hold on, let's not necessarily all commit to that position. They'll move the AWP around so that it can still see onto the railing for Oscar. But they look at ladder as well, and Nico's going to go alone again inside of the A site. This seems to be the case. I was more mocking the fact that you called it classic Mousesports when we know that Mousesports has been struggling, so what does that mean? But Nico is trying to do exactly what he does best and just work solo and force chaos on the CT side.
Well then, that max 7 pick towards lower ramp works out very nicely indeed. All of a sudden it's a 5 versus 3. Snacks finds another kill towards outer, and that's Nico going down as well. The linchpin of Mousesports. And it looks like they'll be ending up towards inside here, but 2 players waiting for them. Taz and Neo, but Neo's only got that pistol to be fair, so this kill means everything. They can find Taz, maybe there's still a chance here.
Flash out, gets vision back, they miss the shots. Dennis goes down and Taz sneaks up to get Oscar as Snacks closes on Speedy. How does Virtus.Pro with a Mag 10 always, or excuse me, Mag 7 always seem to win rounds?
Every time. Well, they knew they had to step up at that point. Taz by himself in that inside area, just pushing the smoke, finds an amazing first shot. Here it is right now. Boom! Takes down Lau, falls back as well. I don't know how he survived that situation. Dennis missing a few shots there, but Oscar drops as well. Still money available. They're trying to apply the pressure. A triple AWP setup now for Virtus.Pro, Matt. Keep adding more AWPs. Seems to be working.
Shotguns and AWPs. That's all Virtus.Pro needs. The alley smokes off in front of Pop Dog. It's a rotation down that direction from Lowell and Dennis, but they've just sat station for now. They'll walk out, flash over, get aggressive, and push the wall. This is actually an interesting push from Dennis. He has bombed, so he has to be a bit careful, but he's going to try and surprise them with the smokes going down. He's got the safety of planting. Oh, inside of the smoke. Watch the no-scope from Pasha as he tries to find him. And Dennis stays alive, backs away. Smokes are still in play, so he gets toward E-Box effectively. All 10 alive. I take that back. Neo's fallen, but now it starts to come alive as it all fades. Vision restored. Snacks gets one down in the end. It's Dennis that has to wrap around Bialy. Oh no! He's put himself in a 1 versus 4. Please invigorate him to step up because he thinks that if teammates pushing back, it's not. It's Snacks re-entering, and that's a very costly team kill.
So that triple AWP setup, the perfect counter at the full wall of smoke at that point. They can't really deny the plant going down. As soon as it goes in, Virtus.Pro can't really do anything about the retake, and they're killing each other as well. A lot of confusion going on there. 7-3, and they're going to force back into it. But here's the replay. As soon as he looks towards that smoke, he actually has time to realize that's a CT player. Just a little bit too much trigger happy there, and it's going to be round number 11. 3 UMPs, 1 AWP, and an M4.
And that's a radar thing too, but again, there's just so much going on. The alley makes up for it now with 2 with the UMP, but does get down by Oscar, who drops him with an AWP, but Snacks quick on the case. Spots the flash coming over top of the edge of the smoke, turns around and catches Nico.
Just when you think they're out of it in terms of the buy, it's the UMPs lighting things up. 2 towards Pop Dog and Bialy, and Snacks watching main entrance as well. UMP, a fantastic weapon these days. It's going to be Speedy in the 3 versus 1 clutch now. Already taking down Snacks. Pasha's still with the AWP. They know exactly where he is, and the bomb's in their possession as well.
Speedy. 3 more to find. Does have a chance to isolate Neo, but Taz is on the off wing, waiting. Doesn't quite see him behind the E-Box. They know where he is, so he can afford to pre-fire. Watch out, because as he fires in, it should be Neo to peek from above. Tries to pre-fire. I think he saw the shadow on the wall. I didn't catch it, but it could have been interesting. Neo holds true. It goes to 7-4. Virtus.Pro clawing back in. They've already given up 7 rounds, though, on a CT side that's normally a strength.
Yeah, but they keep fighting back with this lesser weaponry and capitalizing. Here's the replay of Snacks as well. Just finding 2 kills with the SMG. Blind player in front of him. That's going to be Nico going down. Still Money in the bank for Mousesports. The orb comes out once again. They're starting to be whittled down now. And it's going to be a single orb setup this time. No triple orb shenanigans. You can see how that sometimes falls apart as soon as the full executions come in. And maybe towards inside we'll look again for Mousesports. They are trying to get control of the upper halls once again. This time Pasha not challenging towards the upper ramp. He'll actually be all the way back in connector. And presumably Taz will be not far away from the lower ramp. Bialy once again inside that pop dog room. So a full-on default for now from Mousesports. Seeing if Oscar can find an opening here.
Bialy down below does get flashed off by Speedy, who makes his way down, but Bialy makes his escape before he's vulnerable. Dancing moves from Speedy. Meanwhile, it's down toward Ivy that Dennis and Oscar start to go. And that's been passively held by Neo. He's on top of the train, smoke off, won't see it until they go back in. Bialy catches Speedy. All that dancing for nothing. And actually the smoke's thrown with very little gap, so they will evade Neo's detection, giving Dennis a chance to wrap around, but they don't anticipate Pasha's arrival. Lovely shot. And on top of that, they find one more inside of the site, leaving Lowell and Nico. The rounds Virtus.Pro are winning are convincing. They're shutting them down in every facet. But it's Mousesports that's being able to squeak out rounds from time to time that's making it interesting. Nico is one of the players allowing them to do so. Again, he sneaks in, catches off Neo, remains with 83 HP, which is more than enough for Nico to take yet another duel. And with a flash out behind the train, with now a teammate to throw a flash. Maybe not quite the second one so well. He tries to slip up. That's the things in the past that Nico would get angry about. The second flash was not required. It blinded him up, and it cost them the round. Potentially, it was hard to say. They were still down, but potentially in the end.
Well, finally, Mousesports' economy, which was at about 13 grand mark, has been taken down to almost nothing here. They will have to take a full eco and a chance of Virtus.Pro to start tying things up. It's 7-5. You're absolutely right. The rounds they are winning look very convincing indeed. And the final buy comes in PT-50s, Glocks, no nades. Full-on redundant round here. Just try and throw yourself to the bomb site. See if you can get a plant in. Very unlikely. And it's going to be Taz close to that lower ramp once again, backed up by Pasha, who's got the AWP, trying to find the first pick.
Pasha's just sitting, waiting for vision to be available to him. Pistols, so no one's going to peek from the upper rail to try and spot over top of the smoke at his position on corner. It's not worth taking that battle. Neo's been playing, whenever Pasha goes over toward the corner on the Ivy position, they've now got company, they've now got vision, and Pasha's got a shot, but Taz is overwhelmed. He'll go down, quick little right click of the nade. And Pasha's overstaying this with pistols against him. And they've now given up Taz, and they've given up an AWP. Neo will win his duel against Dennis, who wants to wrap around, but this is still a chance with Oscar on an AWP and Speedy jumping down to get Taz's weapon. And who does he give it to? Playing the team player as always gives it to Nico.
A massive overcommitment from Pasha there. You know they're on pistols, they've got no grenades. You just hold back on the bomb site, wait for them to commit. He wanted to close things out early there, and he's given away an orb. Now this is possible. It's going to be Oscar on the AWP. Nico with a rifle. This is still very possible from Mousesports.
One strong position is that Neo is covering off A main with confidence, at least for now. They won't be on the A side, so they can leave 2 on B, and they've got armor advantage. It's Speedy that goes down, but that's for information. Nico doesn't have armor. That's the M4 drop, but Oscar's got the AWP. Finds the first Bialy. Sits behind the ladder at train. He's going to go searching Oscar. He's making a lot of noise, but that's not his concern. He's got 17 seconds. He wants the bomb down. He's going to go for that? No. Taps it instead. But as he does, it's the wrong thing to do because it's given Bialy a chance to sneak up and try and deny that. He wants to wait for his teammate instead. Oscar's not sure where to look, and they peek at the right time. They were doubling up for a re-peek either way, and it will be Virtus.Pro getting 6.
That was a round where they had absolutely nothing. A couple of P250s, some Glocks, and then some overcommitment there from Virtus.Pro. Give the opportunity to get the bomb down there and find 3 kills. So overall, pretty decent round for Mousesports. They continue to have the lead here, 7-6. Virtus.Pro, though, getting back into this one. They were actually 5-0 down at one stage, so now they have the single, make it a double orb setup once again. Neo this time. That's the great thing about this team. Anyone can pick up the orb at any time. Oscar, though, will be focusing towards the inside area and seeing if he gets challenged once again. Taz pushing the lower ramp. He's actually fully committing as well, pushing all the way towards Pop Dog, but Lau's waiting for him. Shuts him down, and 5-on-4 just like that.
Yeah, like gets Nico back. I think he's starting to stretch himself thin by trying to continue to walk into the A site. One too many times, and they're getting aware of it. Pasha, this time, gets Lowell and can back away. Molotov at ramp. That's very smart as well, because he knows the next chance, with no one to cover him off, is that they rush down, but Dennis still makes it work. And it limits dearly, the CT position. The problem is that Dennis is the one that wants to fight forward and hold off the rotations. He has the bomb. Audacious plant to try and put that in. Thankfully, the smoke goes down. He can't be spotted, and he's now going to try and push up Tanker. But Oscar's already got Bialy. He doesn't need to push aggressive. Still does. Snacks gets him. Neo gets Oscar. Now it's a problem. High ground held. Bombs planted on the inside. Speedy. Dennis went for that inside plant because he was trying to recover from being pushed and wanted to get the plant in before the rotations arrived. And Speedy's got no vision on this. He has to get in and commit. He knows that now, and they're already on top of it. Snacks will take him down, and the defuse goes to Neo.
Nico tried to do what he can once again towards that outside area. He goes down, but his teammates do get the bomb plant in, where Snacks and Neo, Snacks especially doing a fantastic job on the retake there. Speedy left in an almost unwinnable situation, considering the position of the bomb as well. He tries to use the smoke to give him a bit of a veil there, but can't do too much about it. That's going to tie everything up 7-7 as we go into round number 15. We've quite a fast half here. They get a plant in, and there'll be a 4th stage loss bonus. So 4 AKs come out, no Oscar, AWP. Speedy's limited to Galil as well, so this should be Virtus.Pro closing things up with the half victory. To be fair, Mousesports gifted that amazing start after the 4 spies in the second round as well. We talked about that being a problem for CT sides, and that's a testament to this situation right now, but they've pulled things back.
That's almost a statistic worth noting. I'll get back to that. Pasha. There's the Molotov, and he's a bit late, but it forces them inside. They have to commit. Snacks. Sandwich. 1 already. And he's looking for a little bit more smoke off. He switches immediately to the AK. That gives up his silence, but it gives him the angle, and he's got the ammo. Pasha, no! Pasha, no! Don't copy Bialy. That was the wrong thing to do. Dennis does go down. Taz will get it. They'll win the half. But they keep it interesting nonetheless.
Well then.
So the note that I was going to make for statistics.
Go on.
Is there would be an interesting one to study how many times this second round 4 spy from a CT leads to a 5-0 start versus a save leading to a win on the first gun round.
Yeah, well, you could see how extremely limited you are. I mean, they couldn't get the orbs out, which they start to come alive when they get the double orb set up out. They start hitting absolutely everything. That was a 5-0 they did that. So I think there's a lot to be said for it. But yeah, still, you can't really take anything away from Mousesports. Their pistol they deployed was very, very good indeed. They managed to negate the 4 spies from Virtus.Pro, which is certainly not an easy task. And unfortunately, they do not end up winning the half here, which would have been fantastic for them. But the last 5 rounds going in favor of Virtus.Pro. Look, clutch situations there. There was like one big round from Nico where he's outside by himself, 4 players waiting inside. He finds 2 kills, and they automatically win that round. That's not a reliable system, though. You can't say, Nico, can you go kill everyone for us, please, and we'll just run in the other side of the map. That's only going to work once, maybe twice. Nico is very good indeed, but that's not a sustainable approach, especially against a team like Virtus.Pro. Well then, second half pistol begins. Virtus.Pro, we'll have a look at their buy. Quite a technical one. 2 smokes and 4 decoys. The reason I point out the decoys is they're actually quite effective on a map like this. You can throw them over the top and make them look like smokes or flashbangs and bait out some utility that might be waiting on the CT side. The smoke will be used straight away. In the middle of the tracks there, and the Molotov towards the bomb side as well. So Oscar, he'll have to move his position now.
Pasha gets Nico down. Bialy follows it. Lowell falls. Pasha trying to push through the smoke to cut off Z. It's the best opportunity to cut rotations, but they're going to go back through CT spawn instead. And Dennis, USP in hand, does see Neo inside of the hell position. But check this out. Pasha wanted to go through Z to get information. He's now behind them. He'll make sure, because it's a Glock, that he gets closer and make sure he lines it up perfectly. Closes the round. Well done from Pasha.
Clean sweep. You see there's quite a tactical execution there. The smoke in between the bomb track and Ivy, and then the Molotov as well to move out the CTs from that position where they can actually watch Pop Dog, and then that's where Virtus.Pro strike from. And Pasha, very sneaky indeed. I was about to say he loves to knife players and doesn't get the option to do that, but finishes things off in style. And indeed, Mousesports will be forcing into the second round as well, but they do not get Oscar on armor, so it means he can have the option of the AWP in the first gun round. Very unlikely to be able to do anything with this upgraded weaponry. We'll see whether Nico and the Deagle has something to say about that.
Yeah, Molotov's off this time as well with the smoke behind him at Pop Dog to make sure there's no flanks. Lowell, take a booth. He takes 1 step back too far and realizes, hang on, not only have I fallen, there's a flames here. He's got to reposition. That leaves him well in the corner, deep enough for Snacks to find him. And it's a 3-man rotation this time towards CT. See if Pasha can flank them. This time, not quite. He's going to face them head on. AK in hand, spots one to the left. And already spotted the fact that Nico had arrived as well. He's trying to bait him out. Lovely shot from Nico. Dennis has followed it up. They're forcing economic damage. There's still a chance in this as well, but there's a kid on Speedy who's limited well back at Ivy. That's the biggest problem, is that he's the one removed from the action. But Nico on an AK. Limited down to just 2. Is searching for more, and I think they have to give it up. Speedy can't get near enough to the bomb with the kit to try and pull off any antics. Taz knows he's forced him off of Ivy, could catch him, but he already makes it by to CT, and everyone will survive it, AK included on Nico.
That's something to take into the next round after that force buy as well. They won't be able to force around it, but Nico with AK-47 is always a scary prospect. So let's see whether he can do anything going into round number 18 here. Virtus.Pro, they save a couple of weapons, and it should normally be the redundant round, but caveats of Nico with the rifle in hand. He needs to go somewhere like pushing Ivy or towards the upper ramp. Try and find the first kill, change his position, or see where he decides to go. I'm just going to jump on the score now. He's towards outside. Not going to be going super aggressive to start, but he is facing towards A main.
As with the smoke toward the Ivy position, as they don't even want to take that position and walk in together from one facet. Works well. Bialy holds off rotations, round over. In theory, pending any misplays or missteps from this AK that could potentially end up in the hands of the CTs, it certainly will not. Bialy won't allow that. 3 kills for him.
Well then, the threats neutralized pretty much straight away. It was Nico with the AK-47 towards outside, but the outside pincer. It's going to be Bialy with 4 kills and Neo opening things up. So, 11-7, like we said, Oscar can get the AWP. And this is the bonus round for Virtus.Pro. They've got the UMP, the Galil in hand. Could do something a little bit faster here. This is a nice little replay of the spray down from Bialy. He's rotating players running into his crosshair. Not the hardest of procedures, but did it effectively nonetheless. Oscar now in a difficult round. They only have 1 kit. He'll be looking towards main entrance to see whether he can find the first pick. He has no AWPers up against him.
Pop flash in from Neo just to make sure there's no push up from the ramp. Speedy was the one down below that could have been in a position to do so, but isn't Nico that's below the ladder. That interests me the most. Yeah, realizes as he sees the nade that he goes, well, no point moving, it's already got me.
Yeah, that did a lot of damage, so he'll be falling out of that position. Pretty much a hard default from Virtus.Pro. They have got control of the upper platform right now, but that's what Oscar's waiting. They're going to be walking out of this position. They could walk straight into his crosshair. He's pretty fixated on it. Let's see whether he commits and maybe fires Taz and Pasha, who could just be trying to sell something towards this side of the map. The bomb's still down with Neo and Bialy.
And this is the angle that catches off because you normally flash, wide peek, and shoot toward the top of the
he moves.
He moves exactly when they peek. Bialy gets Nico, that's partly why. Oh, and he's inconsistent on where he wants to play from, but still finds Pasha before falling down. And that puts bomb toward default. They don't necessarily need to pick this AWP just yet. Taz is flirting with the idea.
Please don't.
Smart play to flash up, but Oscar spots that. Still no peek from Taz. He's getting ever closer to doing it. Meanwhile, you have to consider the rotations coming in, as Oscar just wants to hold this side, knows that no one's pushed over to the left of the train, and that confirms to the rifles entering in from Z Connector, they're all on the right. And Oscar starts to join in on finding them. Gets closer and closer still. No one yet exchanged. Finally, Oscar gets a kill. Takes down Neo. Closer again. He gets right on top of the bomb with the no-scope on Taz. He'll cover the high ground, but the Molotovs go both ways. And that allows the plants to at least last longer. They won't be able to get on the defuse just yet, and they're already backing away. The single Molotov, and Snacks is chasing them down. Doesn't want to leave them any weapons. He won't quite win that exchange, and everyone on the Virtus.Pro side does perish to the bomb detonation, but they win the round.
Trying to find the AWP there. I don't think they picked it up, but Oscar, 3 shots. The last one was brilliant, but it's not enough to win the round. He waited for so long to wait for an opportunity to find something there. He gets it, but wasn't quite enough to win the round, like he said. Snacks pushing down, trying to take the weaponry away. They don't save the AWP, so it's going to have to be another eco. This was the shot. Oh my God, Taz got absolutely wrecked there, but saving 2 M4s the next round is not worth a force buy here. So Deagles, CZs, and Speedy trying to do what he can towards the lower ramp. 12-7 now. This is more like what we expected. Virtus.Pro on paper should be running away with this map. It was a fantastic start from Mousesports with the 5-0, but haven't done too much since.
Haven't done really anything since.
Just had that one amazing round with Nico outside, and that was about it. They're relying heavily on the individual performances there.
Fast inside of the site. Nico wants close. Oscar gets one with the Deagle. Remember, there's still 2 M4s in this, and the more kills the Deagles get, the better things look for Mousesports. Speedy still has the kit as well. 2 M4s still in play. Going to go over the top. Speedy, he's been quiet in terms of frags in this game. He needs to find one now. Taz is immediately below him, but inside of the smoke, he gets spotted first. And all of them get wiped out. It's 13 rounds for VP.
Got a little bit interesting there, but Virtus.Pro return the favor. They got a 5-0 themselves. The Desert Eagles finding the first 2 kills, but calm as ever. Virtus.Pro managed to rectify the situation, and we're going to round number 21. Another full buy for Mousesports here. Oscar back on the AWP. He has been influential so far, but a 3K got in the previous round did not lead to a round victory. Snacks, though, he's got a very good spawn, looking to pick outside, and see if he'll find anyone, as he does actually take quite a lot of damage there from the HE grenade.
Flash off. Snacks does receive partial on that, but it's down from Ivy. Pasha, Bialy going to go aggressive. Lowell, he's going to get pinched on this as a result. There's really no one else out there to help him. Nico, he's going to try and swing him behind the bomb train, but such a limited angle, and it's been so much map control already gained by Virtus.Pro. All they need is held sandwich, and they can start to probe out the site better. Still, Bialy just spars off with Nico. And he gets the kill as well. Low HP, he does fall to Speedy. Bomb is being planted, default of A. And Speedy falls into a trap as he backs away to safety and gets caught by Pasha.
I was interested to see how Dennis died there. Looking at his corpse, he's actually pushed all the way down Ivy, almost to the T side of it, and he goes down first. No one there to really work with him or even get a refrag. He gives that kill up straight away, and as soon as he goes down, Virtus.Pro capitalize. Just pincer at every angle of the bomb site. Nothing the Mousesports can really do about it. Oscar, the last player remaining, with 91 HP, and to see whether he can stay alive here. He has got players ensuing him. He's currently sat in CT spawn.
Oscar wrapping around is going to at least spot up another before potentially going down tagged. Didn't actually get hit all the way on that, but they're pinching him from either side. Snacks makes no mistake by using the nade. They double the score. It was close to begin with. At the start of this half, it's now 14-7.
Yeah, and now they do have maximum loss bonus. It's going to be the timeout. So then, 2 minutes to work out what's the plan here. So I said maximum loss bonus on the CT side. That's not normally enough to actually bring a buy to the table. They're one round away from map points. They have around $3,700 per player on the CT side. So that means it'll be a mixture of like shotguns, FAMASes, maybe one M4, and some D-walls. That would be about it. Maybe a scout for Oscar and Virtus.Pro after the initial deficit. Looking very comfortable. The guys on the desk pointed out, if Mousesports ever have a chance to win this, it's not down to the strategy, it's down to the big individual performances from Nico, Oscar. We've seen some moments of glory, but not enough to post more than 7 rounds so far. They had control of the money situation, but as soon as that double AWP setup came out, you have to say they looked much better. And the only time they fell down was when they went for the triple AWPs. And it was a full execution, and they couldn't really do much about the retake there, and they quickly got away from the 3 AWP setup. They thought, okay, that's a little bit too much. And now they find themselves in touching distance now, taking this first map. It's been a very quick map, to be fair. Very fast-paced CS.
It's true, in fact. For Train, it has been very, very quick. So see if Mousesports have anything left in the tank. The timeout comes when the money's not great, so they have to consider maximum bonus, obviously, having gone 6 rounds in a row, Virtus.Pro to start off this half. Mousesports has to consider how they approach it. UMP is not a surprise. Nico's going to grab one. He loves that weapon. He's going to buy almost fully into this by the time he brings in utility.
Oh yeah, he has got $900 left over. So he buys the UMP.
Oh, don't. Is he going to go? Okay, I thought he was going to go solo UMP, but they bring out a scout. Now they're forcing it.
Okay, they are going to force. I think you have to at this point. You can't allow Virtus.Pro to get 15-7 here. They're just not going to be able to hold on for that long. Need to take a chance, and here comes the final buy. 3 FAMASes, UMP, and there it is. The scout for Oscar as well. They need this round to have any sort of chance of even contesting the first map. First shot comes in, Snacks hits it, but only through the wall, so he takes Nico down to 20 HP.
And Bialy does close him out. Now he's got the room to work with again, because as he was getting tagged, he didn't want to recommit and get taken down by Nico. Lowell drops the bomb. That becomes slightly concerning. It's a 1-for-1 trade, bomb down in the site, which actually we normally say favors the offense. With the bomb down, it changes things slightly, but good position from Taz. Catches off Speedy, wraps around. That works.
Burning
Shoots
alive.
Dennis, and then that forces him to take a step into the flames he was trying to avoid.
Well then, 3 versus 1, no kit, no nade, scout in hand, Oscar trying to save the day here. A couple of low HP players could potentially find a kill or 2. There's one. Now makes it a realistic situation at least. Oh, another no scope maybe.
Yeah, it would be wonderful if he could have pulled that off. Highlight worthy for sure, but not going to be. It's map point Virtus.Pro. Oscar does afford to bring out an op in this particular round, but that's about all they have to work with. M4 for Dennis is significant to mention. Nico on a UMP is significant on the weapon, so maybe there's something in this, but it's pretty limited. And it's limited for utility as well for Dennis and Oscar. 2 kits, Nico and Speedy.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a hell of a performance this round to keep him alive. Map point, but Oscar opens things up. He takes down Snacks. That's one of the AWPers, or the AWPer for Virtus.Pro. And it gives them the man advantage here. And they have pushed inside as well here. So do they actually decide to commit to this and maybe get towards Pop Dog?
Pasha already down Ivy as ever. Flames in front, will smoke off to the right, look toward left. Let's be careful not to step inside of the smoke and lose his vision again. If there was someone in the corner, they could have punished, but it's Oscar instead. AWP, right time, right place, will find Bialy. And manages to secure the position at Old Bomb by wrapping around. That leaves Lowell to close off on Neo, again, temporarily leaving Bomb down. Taz gets one back at Sandwich, but Nico's gonna try and get clever and wrap into him. Manages to avoid Nico long enough to find Speedy as Oscar looks for more shots. Lovely as he snaps back to hit Pasha. Taz is so low, but Nico's getting closer and closer, and Taz will go down. Mousesports survive the other round, another round, with very little weaponry in terms of utility to go along with it. They keep the op on Oscar, and they'll buy back in.
Yeah, well, buying back in when you've got 2 players surviving, the money was in the bin regardless, so it's still going to be a very weak buy. Famus's UMPs, the saved AWP, of course, but didn't really pick up much else apart from that. So AK's AWP, all the grenades for Virtus.Pro, and it's only Speedy's got a P250 now after winning a round. That's a bit of a nightmare. I'm not sure why he buys head armor in that situation, considering he needs to save some money and maybe get a smoke instead. Anything but just the P250.
Speedy, good
okay, then.
Taz through the smoke, it'll start off again. Similar fashion.
That's all he needs.
It's as well the money getting close to gone for Virtus.Pro, which buys time for Mousesports. Lowell's down below at Pop Dog as Pasha continues to walk in, as he loves to do. Spots the nade going out, times it well. Catches Dennis before he can get reset and ready. And leaves him inside of a smoke, but still gives him position to try and find Oscar at Hell. Meanwhile, it's Snacks and Neo starting into the B site. It's Nico that wants to face them and get aggressive. Oh, he could sneak in between them. He could if Snacks doesn't come back, but he does. Finds him and takes him down. And the smoke will cover off the lower sidewalk. Lowell needs to go for a fast flank. The alley's still posted, waiting for it. In fact, they're going to go back that direction. Does Lowell hear this in time? Neo, he's going to try. Oh, that jump across. That baits out Lowell's position. It'll slow them a little bit. Speedy's gone by Neo. They're trying to find each other. It's 2 HP for Speedy, so even with this position, he has to hit a headshot, and Neo might find Oscar on rotation. That'll open up the site completely done. Speedy's still in there, Neo's aware of it, but Pasha's out and getting Lowell. That's going to be game. Virtus.Pro walking in, Speedy down, 16-8. They take map 1.
Well, it started off quite an exciting manner. Mousesports picking that 5-0. Thought, you know what, this could be it. The planets are starting to align. Nico's hitting shots. Oscar's got the scout. They're really rolling. They got $14,000 in the bank. But as soon as that double AWP setup came in and Virtus.Pro managed to get their money on track, that's when they really ran away with it. We had one big round from the man on the screen right now, Nico. That was pretty much the only gun round they picked up. As soon as the second half comes in, they get absolutely battered. To be fair, this was Virtus.Pro's map. Moving to Mirage next, that's where most of us are saying if they're going to cause any damage, that's how we're going to do it.
Well, and it needs to be from the key contributors. Nico looked strong in the start when they were getting those rounds by walking into the site.
Sure.
Single-handedly opening it up a few times. Oscar never really got a chance to get rolling. They need everyone. It needs to be everyone. It's not like it's a foregone conclusion. Oh yeah, it's Mirage. They can put up a game. No, it relies on some very significant factors.
The thing is, the rounds they're winning, like it's not like it's never a big team effort. It's never a clean sweep, right? It's always a bit scrappy. One player goes absolutely nuts, like that Oscar round. Like they almost won the round there. Nico goes outside by himself. Like there's never really a convincing round from Mousesports, but Mirage maybe could be different.
Well, and that's why I say it needs to be all of them. It needs to be the team effort. That's what, to me, means they could get Mirage. But we'll take a break. We'll see if they can do it. We'll take a short break and be back. Don't go anywhere.